Good morning, everyone. My name is Justin Ray, Operations Section Chief with Alaska Team 3, and here is your daily operational update for the Willamette Complex South for August 15th, 2024. Starting on the north side of our fires, the Tire Mountain and McKinley fire. Those are small fires, 100% contained. We've been checking on those daily. Every day they're getting colder and colder. So those are looking real good from a fire suppression standpoint. No major concerns there. Our major staff fire up north, the Chalk Fire, we have been working that fire for at least a week and a half with the containment lines and roads and dozer lines around that fire. The east side of the fire is starting to look really secure there. We're getting folks in there, falling hazard trees, having crews follow up behind there, mopping up, securing it further and further each day. We're actually looking at putting a lot of that in patrol status due to the work that the crews have done on the line, mopping that up. On the west side of the fire, west, northwest, and southwest, we're still working on securing those lines. We're not quite comfortable calling those contained quite yet, but we're working towards that in the next few days. Still a lot of trees coming over the line there. It's a daily occurrence. So we're monitoring, patrolling that area, and having crews working where it's safe, mopping that up. Kind of the progression is having our big tree fallers go in there, securing the area off the line, falling any hazard trees, and once those are cleared out, we'll have the crews go in there when it's safe to do so and mop in. But they are making progress, getting around 25, 30 feet in around that whole perimeter there. Down to the south, that's our branch 8 here. The Coffee Pot Fire is another major effort for fire suppression using roads, dozer lines. We have most of that fire pretty well secure, has stayed within that footprint for the past couple weeks. This north end of the fire, Division Romeo, that is starting to become very secure. Getting the hazard trees out of there, getting the crews in there. We're getting into mopping up into depths around 50 feet on that north side. On the south side of the fire, it's almost as secure as the north side. We're still working from the outside in, getting close to that 50-foot mark, and we're anticipating more containment lines, more of a containment percentage on that south side here in the next couple days. The east side, it's a lot of road. It hasn't moved. Working on mop-up patrol, working our way in on that as well. So we're making a lot of progress in there, cutting those hazard trees out, having the crews go in there and mop up behind them, and slowly working interior. So Coffee Pot overall hasn't moved out of that footprint in many days. We do still have a lot of work to do in there, cutting hazard trees and working in directly on the fire line. Down to the southeast, the Moss Mountain Fire. Our critical holding point there is where it rolled out and slopped south of the 2120 road there. We do have line along the flanks down to the south, and then line underneath it. There's an old road bed that we opened up with a dozer. The crews cut lines down the sides, put in hand line, and we're looking at prepping that with water handling materials. So getting around that every day. It's starting to look really secure, and we're going to continue working that. On the 2120, besides that slop, we are looking at putting in indirect fire suppression lines along the road. The line that we have identified that we feel like is going to be the most probability of success to hold that fire in there is going to be on the west side of Groundhog Creek, all the way up to our road here that we've been prepping, down to the southwest and back down to the 2120 road. The reason why we're doing indirect line construction on Moss Mountain is the terrain is super steep. There's a lot of big hazard trees. We feel like it's the safest option. that gives us the most probability of success to hold that fire within there. To the southeast of that is the 217 fire. That is 100% contained. We are keeping an eye on that in case anything does want to heat up in there, but haven't seen any movement in there for about a week now, and not a whole lot of heat, but it is still on our radar to keep it monitored. And to the southeast of that, the 208 fire, that is the fire that's in the wilderness area over there. It's monitor status. There is still some growth daily on that to the southwest and east, probably around 50 acres a day growth when it has the conditions. Hasn't been growing a whole lot, not very fast, but we are starting to get some pre-planting done in case it does come out of there to the west. We have a couple roads identified, looking at getting those prepped for fire suppression in case there is an east wind event that's pretty common around this area, and it wants to push that fire west to create a little catcher's mitten there with road, just to give us an opportunity to make sure to keep it away from the valleys at risk to the west. And a report for the Willamette Complex South, and hoping everyone has a great day. Thank you.